Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm TJ O'Connor. With me, as always, Damian the Wolverine Hill. And we're joined tonight by a bad man. Nate Richardson's joining us here to talk about his fight at LFA 91 on September 11th. But first, sponsors of the show, Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, Origin Wellness CBD, Spartan Martial Arts, the Striking Institute, James Clark Sports Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy, the Fighters, and my mom. Nate, thanks for taking time out of your schedule to talk with us. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. I'm excited to see that you're fighting again. I mean, with all of this stuff going on, I guess how long did you know about this fight, and how long have you had to prepare?
We told them we want to be right back in action like a month ago. Hopefully something in September, because they hit me up. They said they wanted me to fight in August. So unfortunately, with the COVID thing, I haven't been training. So I told them if they give me till September, I'll be ready. And eventually, they let me know that I was going to be fighting September 4th, but some deadline happened, so they got switched to the 11th.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about your opponent. What you about him?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, yeah, my bad. Tell me a little bit about.
I didn't hear it. Can you repeat your question?
What do you know about your opponent, and what do you expect from him in this fight?
I don't know too much about my opponent. All I know is he fought at 155 before. He comes forward. He tries to hit you with every shot to knock you out. So he's strong. He has power. And I'm excited for what he can offer me, basically.
Yeah. Well, is this the type? Because you're no stranger to stand up. I mean, with all of the glory experience and the ways that your fights have gone, I mean, I like to say that you call yourself a stand-up fighter as well. Are you excited for this type of matchup? Do you feel like he plays into your skill set a little bit?
To be honest, everybody's a stand-up fighter till I touch them, then they become a wrestler. So I might stand up, but I doubt it. So we'll see wherever he goes. But like I said, not many people are going to want to stand up after.
I love it, because I was thinking the same thing before you said it. And so you mentioned, obviously right now, we'll get into it a little bit, but you're down in New Mexico training as we speak. Was this something that came apart? Was this something you had planned, or was this based upon that conversation when they told you we're going to need you in about a month, and you wanted to immerse yourself into a training environment?
Pretty much once they told me I had a month to get ready, I knew I had to fly out of Minnesota and start training, because I usually train and do my training camp in Minnesota. This is the first time I'm training out of Minnesota for my whole camp. But I knew I had to get my work done since I couldn't do it at home. And since I'm on the ranch, I got a lot of different guys to work with, different things to go on, and I'm just looking forward to see what I can push or show since my last performance didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you brought that up, because it was something that I wanted to ask you about a little bit. The last performance, you looked really good all the way up until what had happened, and it looked like a headbutt in a slam. Do you remember what had happened, and could you talk us through it?
I remember what happened. Like I said, we was on the cage. I got a little bit too comfortable, and I made a mistake, and he capitalized on it once he picked me up. Two things went in my mind. If I lost my hand, I might break my arms. So I figured I just let my elbow hit the ground, and I'll bounce right back up, because I knew the game plan was he was going to take me down eventually anyways. But unfortunately, once my elbow hit the ground, it hit my shoulder, hit my chin, and his head hit me on the other side. I was out.
Well, I mean, that's one of those things that it's crazy. Like the I don't know, to expect the unexpected in MMA, but when one of those things happen, it sucks, and it sucks that you have a loss on your record because of that. But moving forward, I mean, with the tough opponent that you have right now, and with the tough competitor that you are you looking to make a statement and looking to bounce back in this next fight?
Pretty much, man. Like I said, regardless of how the loss happened, I still take some learning things from it. So I'm excited to prove that what happened wasn't what I normally show up with. There's a lot of things, like I said, it didn't matter who I faced next. The only thing my opponent needed to know is somebody had to pay for what happened last time. And, unfortunately, it's going to have to be him. But I'm expecting, like I said, I'm always hoping for the best, but I always train for the worst. So we'll see what he shows. But hopefully, it's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you've always shown throughout your career, whether it's been your MMA fights, boxing fights, kickboxing fights, just all fights, is just the perseverance and, bouncing back after a tough fight. And then having that experience with the 2020, which has been with COVID, I mean, is it something to where you're looking to stay active now? I feel like guys right now that are performing have the best chance to, all eyes are on them. Normally on a Friday night, there's 100 promotions having shows for MMA fans to get their fix, but that's just not the case now. So when you go into the cage on September 11th, all eyes are on you. You're in there with the guy that, like you said, quote unquote, is a striker until the fight starts at least. Do you feel like this is the perfect storm for you to come in here and make that statement, like Damien said?
Like I said, I'll pretty much like to stay active as much as possible. So if everything goes the way I want it to go, this fight, I plan on jumping right back in either early December or mid-December, but I like to stay active.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked on the last time where I guess we mentioned all of the glory experience and all the success that you had over there, and now transitioning back into MMA and how this is one of those things that you've always wanted, or you were always planning on doing. You've always been training for MMA even while you were doing the glory kickboxing. With the win September 11th, what do you think in your MMA career? What does it set you for next?
Like I said, right now, they got me busy. Just me as active as possible, being around other USC vets, just constantly improving my game as much as possible. Because my manager been buzzing Sean Shelby a lot, so I know there's a lot of eyes gonna be on me for this one, but I don't see it as a big deal. It's just another day in the park, and I have to perform the way I normally do, anyways.
Wow, and I feel like that transition there was perfect, almost like we planned it. But what I was going to kind of get to here is staying active. You mentioned, late November, early December. They've just announced the second run of the Tuesday night fights here that are going to be starting in November. Do you feel like this is really your chance to make your audition tape, so to speak, to prove that you deserve that opportunity? Because I feel like with your fighting style, I mean, it's built for the Tuesday night platform.
Like I said, we'll see. I'm excited for whatever comes my way. Fortunately, I'm not the kind of person who rush anything. I take my time. Like I said, my mindset, if I want to get somewhere, I want to make sure I stay there just to get there as quickly as possible. So I'm going to constantly keep improving my craft, and wherever opportunity shows, I jump on it. But until then, I'm going to keep performing the way I normally perform at every fight.
Man, hell yeah. Okay, so I guess before we start to wrap this up, and before TJ gives you the platform to thank your sponsors and teammates, how can the fans watch? How can they tune in to see you? How can they follow you on social media?
You can follow me at _natural MMA on Instagram or Facebook at Nate Richardson. You can watch the fight on what's called USC Fight Pass. Not sure what time it starts exactly, so I can't get that part yet, but you'll see it there on Friday night. It's going to be a heck of a show.
Oh, yeah. Now, TJ.
Yeah, I know it's a great show, and I'm excited to see you perform here next week. So before we do wrap it up, open platform just to thank any teammates, sponsors, anybody who's been working with you, especially for this camp. The platform is yours, sir.
I have to thank what's got the BMF Ranch, Cowboys, and all the guys here in Albuquerque just helping me get ready. My sponsor, my manager, basically, just everybody else that just been supporting so far. But like I said, I'm coming for a redemption next Friday. It's going to be a show. Just tune in.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love it. Don't blink. September 11th, UFC Fight Pass. I believe it's 8 p.m. Central is when the card will start. Nate Richardson back in the LFA cage, and you already know what to expect. Like this video, subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Always remember, don't be a hoe.